Hey, welcome everybody. We had some news today, so we will be getting into that here shortly. But first, welcome Anthony, Victor, Aaron, Sandy, and I was thinking an eliminator after an MMG, but we'll see. We'll probably just throw it up for a vote. I'm not going to do a ton of weekly winners anymore. I want to get to 20. I got like 16 of them. Actually, let's look and see how many I got. Um, Oh, I've already got my 20-ish. I might get four more of them then and get to 25. But I just kind of wanted to play some of them just for fun. Um, hey, what's up, Losimo? But yeah, I want to get some more eliminators in. That's what I'm going to do today. After this, first we are going to join a MMG. I am entering in 10 seconds. Welcome, Jay. Thanks for popping in. All right, five more to start for anybody who wants to join. We got a couple people jumping in here. I uh I did a double elite quarterback as like my 18th, 17th, 18th Pomeranian. It's one of the last ones I was able to do. Um, they gave me Devonta Smith, Jalen Hurts with Chase, and I pulled up Lamar Jackson. So I was like, I'll do this once. Like, and the team didn't turn out so bad. I've got a new thing that I've been doing with a bunch of my teams that I kind of like the way they feel a lot more than some of the other teams I've been building. So I'll probably try that with the 10 spot here, and I'll kind of talk through it. Um, I got the 10 spot. Aaron's got the 12. Losimo's got the 6. Frank, if you are here, welcome. He's got the 3. And I don't recognize anybody else's name, but if you are in here, shout yourself out. I've been picking at the back of the board all day, and it feels awesome. It feels really good. Uh, Picking from like the only problem is I'm getting an unreal amount of Brian Thomas, which isn't really a problem. Like I think I'm up to like 14.5% Brian Thomas. Let's look. 14.4. I've been doing so. What I've been doing is I've been doing 4 wide receiver starts, and then I hit RB. Like I'll go like 3 or 4 wide receivers in a row with a quarterback, and then just attack a couple RBs, and and then go back to like fill in my tight ends or quarterbacks, and then just spam RBs at the back half of the draft. Like get 2 anchors and basically only go instead of going 5 deep at wide receiver, I've been going 4 deep, but the 4 very strong. And I'm really, really liking the way that those teams feel at the end. I kind of like some of the receivers. Like once once you get to a certain tier of wide receivers, it does feel a lot worse. Uh, like basically after like 130, there's like no receivers left. So I get my fifth by there. But if I don't have my fifth by there, I don't really worry about it. And I just wait until the very end of the draft, and I'll take like Romeo Dobbs, Wandale, Demario Douglas. Because if I'm going to be thinner, I want those players, and then I could take some shots on like a Torrey Horton or somebody like that. KLS, Jalen Royals, who I'm still not buying the dip on, or the hype. I would love for this guy to take Brian Thomas. Um, He did not. He took Derrick Henry. So I actually have to make a decision here. I've been getting lower, like too low on Genty. Um, I think I will go ahead and get a Genty share here. So yeah, I've been doing that a lot. Now that I have Genty, I probably won't take I'll go a bunch of wide receivers right through here. If I go the next 4 round, like maybe an elite quarterback and then 3 receivers, and I will really like the wide receivers. I might go if there's no elite quarterback left, I won't do that. But yeah, I've been really digging these like 1 or 2 running backs by 6 with 4 wide receivers builds. Like they feel very good. Even if I push the rest of the receivers all the way to the end of the draft, it feels fine. Like it because like if you're just if you just hit running back with volume and you're hoping generally to hit flex with running back because they generally score more points, right? So that's what I've been doing. I don't know how the rest of you feel or if you've tried that, but I've been doing that the last couple of days, and it's definitely something that I've been enjoying. And I've been doing it with Rashee Rice. I've started mixing Rashee Rice in. So some of the news that's happened, I'm sure you all know, Addison, 3-game suspension. So with that news, we assume that the Rashee Rice news will come out. And it was pretty obvious that like all of these suspensions should be enabled before the first preseason game. So I'm expecting like the Rashee Rice news may come out while I'm on stream. Honestly, I could see it happening now, or anytime very soon. So if anybody sees it, let me know and I'll look at it. I'm guessing it's 4 or 6. I was hoping Addison's was a. This is a fall on Garrett Wilson. We don't take a lot of them, but we will go ahead and do this. Like I don't get to a lot of them, but yeah, if he's back here at this end of the board, that's where I want my shares of Garrett Wilson. That's where I want my share of Marv. I think I don't think so. Like the Addison one I thought was always going to be 3 games because that's just what the rule. Like the wet reckless gave it a chance to get appealed down to 2, and maybe it gets appealed down to 2, but that one I thought was always going to be what it is. So here we could do that. I think we're just going to go ahead and pull up Tet. Like I like Tet quite a bit. Yeah, so Addison, I always expected it to start as a 3-game suspension. If they want to appeal it down to 2, they can try that. But like, yes, it got down to wet reckless, but substance like the DUI thing is by league rules, like it's a static 3-game no matter what. The Rice thing, there's not really a precedence for it, so it could literally be anything. But I'm tired of waiting, and I want the news. That's where I'm at with it. So I'm probably being optimistic on it, but like I probably shouldn't be because every bit of news that's been coming out is negative towards my portfolio. Mason Taylor hurt, high ankle sprain, bad for my portfolio. Scattaboo also, I think it was a hamstring strain. He's supposed to miss up to 6 weeks. So um, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. He's not going to play during the preseason, and I think he kind of needed to play in the preseason to secure the role I was expecting him to get by week one. Um, I still think he's going to be fine for the back half of the season, but he should fall in price. Like he definitely, like, I moved him down like 15 to 20 spots. I moved Tajay Spears up above him. I moved Tyrone Tracy up about 8 spots, 9 spots. So like, yeah, all of that was settled out of court, by the way, before this stuff happened. I would love. Actually, we need to update because it's looking at a different team right now. I don't get to a lot of him, but Travis Hunter is just such a good pick. So we're going to take Hunter. I really like Trevor Lawrence like this year, so it gets me into that game as well. The goal is to make sure I get one of those two run. Hopefully I can get an RB back. I'm going to get an RB back. So this is exactly what I was talking about. I love being able to get this. We will look with Genty. Don't have any Kamara. We have some Travion. Well, actually, we're going to go ahead and take the Drake May stack, right? Like the possible Drake May. Click. He was, yeah, no, he really was. Like it like this entire situation for Rashid Rice is like best case scenario for what absolutely could have happened, right? So I'm just ready for them to come out with that suspension. We'll see what happens. I'm surprised, I'm actually surprised that Xavier Worthy hasn't went. Like he went up the board a little bit to start, and then he went back to the middle of the fourth. And he hasn't moved since the Hollywood Brown injury either. The only thing that's happened is Royals has moved up into being draftable now. So that's kind of different as well, right? Like, what do you guys think? Do you guys do you think Jalen Royals is draftable? Do you not think he's draftable? I don't know. Like, I didn't love the prospect profile, but the opportunity is there now. KC did put okay capital into him. Those of you who've been listening for a while know that I'm pretty anti that whole thing. But they spent, I think it was a 4th round pick or a 5th round pick on him. I think it was a 5th round pick, but we have a hole there. I think that it's just going to end up being Juju. That KC offense is a hard to learn offense. So rookies generally don't perform extremely well early. Yes, Worthy had that awesome week 1 last year, but then he didn't do anything, right? That awesome week 1 was based around an end around, essentially, right? Which is just a schemed up touch. And unless they're going to do that with Royals, I think that the offense might be rough to learn just for rookies in general. We've seen all the rookies at KC, for it to take a while for them to really start producing. So that's my take. Addison falls. Frank taking the scoop. I'm going to chase Addison all the way down the board as far as he goes. If I can get Addison in the 7th, I'm taking it almost every time unless I don't need a wide receiver at all. Godwin news is looking like he's probably going to miss the first couple of weeks, which is kind of what I've been expecting. Another thing that happened that was bad for my bags. The Mixon stuff, still zero information on that. Everybody's worried about Brian Robinson losing his job to Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. Like, to me, it's more of an indictment on Chris Rodriguez and Jeremy McNichols than it is on Brian Robinson, but I could be wrong. Like, I'm debating on taking a JCM share in my Dalmatian right now at pick 180. I don't think I'm going to get to it. I'm on the clock right now. I got 4 hours to decide. It's between him and Jalen Knoll. I definitely need a running back. I definitely need a wide receiver. I've got 20 picks to go after that. I think I like Knoll a lot more. So this is kind of exactly what I like. Is you get those guys, and like for this team specifically, it is a team where Mixon would make sense. I have enough players to get me through the first couple weeks. Mixon should be available by the time the bye weeks start hitting. So, and I have a stack there with Nico. So I think it would have made sense there. I've been taking Mixon basically once Brian Robinson and once Robinson, Mason, and Aaron Jones are off the board, I'm willing to take Mixon. Like, whenever it goes down to Jalen Warren, Tyrone Tracy, I have Mixon at the front of that tier. I have him at the back of this tier, right? That's what I've been doing. Like, it's either the best or the worst pick on the board. Probably the worst, but I'm still going to mix it in a little bit. What's up, Tyler? How we doing? Do you have fun down in Florida? Yeah, so through 7, we have Genty, Travion, Brian Robinson, wide receivers, Nico, Garrett Wilson, Tet McMillan, Travis Hunter, and then TJ Hawkinson. If Fields makes it back, it's an instant pick for us. I've been seeing Fields fall a little bit today from his normal ADP. I'm assuming part of that's Mason Taylor. But what I'm actually going to do with the Mason Taylor news is I'm just moving Breece Hall up. I think Breece Hall is going to be their number 2 pass catcher now. I think it was 50-50 between him and Taylor in the first place. I think that it's just going to be Breece Hall number 2, Josh Reynolds number 3. Very target dominant offense by Garrett Wilson, who I don't love the price of. There's a decent chance that offense just doesn't work as well. But I think Breece Hall's a very good pick, like an even better pick now with Mason Taylor being hurt. And Taylor will be back, right? But Taylor's going to miss a lot of camp, and that's pretty damning for rookies. So I will take either one. Actually, Ayuk, that's a price I'm kind of in on Ayuk. But we're going to go ahead and take Fields here, get our stack, get our first quarterback. We have the bring back. I did change my rankings, and I nuked Scattaboo down here, mostly because I have enough, like that much, but also because like it is a high risk of re-injury, according to Jeff Mueller, and like Jeff Mueller seconded somebody else's tweet, so I know Tyler follows him for a lot of his injury stuff. So a lot of the time I would be willing to just take Luther Burden here, but with this wide receiver room, I think I'm actually just going to push it. Like I said, I've been playing like with a bunch of early wide receivers and then playing it thin. Like just playing it with these 4, and they're going to kind of carry the team instead of going 5 deep like a lot of people trying to play it through the flex. I've been stopping at 4 because the fourth could still hit the flex, but I've been using that extra pick to make a solid RB room or get an elite quarterback. And I've been liking the way the teams look a lot more since I've been doing this. I don't know what you guys think, but the team at the moment: Justin Fields, Genty, Travion, Brian Robinson, Zach Charbonnet, wide receivers Nico, Garrett Wilson, Tet McMillan, Travis Hunter, and TJ Hawkinson. And what's up, Quill? Welcome. Also, I'm assuming most people watching this channel are going to join me in chasing Jordan Addison down the board. I think it's in Eliminator, it's a little different. Draft number 2, we're probably going to do an Eliminator. I'm still going to try to get to 100 of them. I've got 64, 65 of them done. It's 66% filled. So I did not see they signed another tight end. Which one was it? Okay. I was waiting on a reply from Chad Candles. He said he was streaming later today, and I was going to invite him on if he was available, since he was going to stream later today. But he said he's doing family stuff, so it is just me solo. I do have a guest lined up for Sunday night. Sunday night at 7. Instead of 6:45, I'm going to start at 7 p.m. Central. And I don't remember what year it was, but Felix Castro, he won the DK Millie. He will be on my channel on Sunday night, 7 p.m. He streams on Bestball Nation, for those of you who don't know. So I have to take Trevor if I want Trevor here. I think I'm going to start mixing Mims back in. And I do think that Mims is kind of the end of a tier here. If I don't get, I could get both of these players back and feel fine about it. Okay, yeah, I did see that. I just didn't register that. To me, that didn't matter, but maybe it should have. My boss asked me why my productivity was down 30 cents. I told him no Chad Candles today. Nice. So are you the normal high production person, or are you the average production person who just didn't care today? Because I'm both of those people. I have extreme highs and I have extreme lows. It's just based on how I feel in the moment when I'm at work. I did not expect both of them to go. So there is that. So now that happened, we just push quarterback. We're good. I've been taking just a ton of Tank Bigsby at this price. It feels very, very good. I want to make sure that is, I think this team actually needs the upside here. We have the guys to get us through. Let's take Tootin. Let's swing for the fences. Let's swing for the Week 17 game against Indy, whose defense probably won't be great. Hopefully he's starting by then. I'm assuming that Genty, Travion, Brian Robinson, and Charbonnet can get me through most of the season and carry him. I'm still probably going to take I'm probably going to take 6 running backs. And if I get a tight end I like with one of these 2 picks, I'm going to stop. If not, I'll be done at these running backs. At one, with Tootin as my 5th RB at 135, that would feel fine as well. Let's look and see what everybody else is doing. We got Aaron over here. High T. A-Chan. Jonathan Taylor pulled up JT to get unique. I like it. He got him at 36, and now he loved how it felt on this side of the board. So Done it again. H.N. Taylor, Brees Hall, George Kittle, and then Waddle, Olave, Higgins, Rashid Shaheed, Brock Purdy with Kittle, Tracy as a fourth. I wonder if he's going to be done or if he's going to add one more. And then Cedric Tillman. Yeah, I like it. It's different, but I don't mind putting builds like this in your portfolio. He got lucky with a little bit of a fall on Waddle as well. So, like it looks like a solid team. I think Cedric Tillman, like after Mims, I'm almost to the point that I'm just going to pull Tillman up over Mims. I think that after Tillman, it gets pretty ugly. Like you got Hollywood, Kyle Williams. I still don't mind taking, but he's not a great click. And then it's Josh Palmer, Romeo Dobbs, Quentin Johnston. Everyone's scared on Quentin Johnston with the rumor that Keenan is going to sign. Which reminds me, Trey Harris didn't fall in this one. He falls pretty far in some rooms now. QJ does go. Like, so at 154, there are two players that I would like to get. One of two players. What's up, Michael? Thank you for popping in. I almost want to be done at wide receiver by round 9. I mean, it's one or the other, right? Like, I don't mind the 4 and then pushing it at all. I'm starting to kind of like we'll take Leggett, and if we don't get Bryce back, we'll just get Geno or Anthony Richardson. I'm fine with whatever. I don't have a lot of Leggett, but I guess the reports out of camp are pretty okay on Leggett right now. So, and I definitely want to be in on that offense as a whole. So we went ahead and did that. I don't think there's a chance I got Leggett and Young without taking Leggett first. So I went ahead and took Leggett there for the push. I don't mind Hopkins as a TD magnet, especially with the injury to Likely. I think that just makes Mark Andrews like just so much more of a pick. And I think it actually helps Keaton Mitchell and Justice Hill more than Hopkins. And maybe that's just because I don't like Hopkins that much. Devontae Walker, I think, is a better pick than Hopkins myself. I could definitely see Hopkins having 3 or 4 12-point games, though. And that's fine. You know, I just don't think we're going to, like, there's nothing wrong with a guy who gets 12 points 3-4 times in a year in the last round. I was big on Adam Thielen because Bryce Young trusts him. So that, like, I still think Thielen could be fine. And by the way, we got 21 watching. We got 12 likes. If you're in here, if you could smash the like, I would appreciate it. We will be doing a second draft. After my next 2 picks, I will put a poll up, and it'll be another MMG, an eliminator, and I guess we could do a weekly winners. Like, we'll put it in the polls. It probably won't win. Aaron Sandy was asking about it. We'll do one of those 3 contests, though. I like 5 wide receiver, though 10, 11, stopping at like 7 total. If I go 5, yeah, I get that. I've been doing these builds to where I'm going thinner at wide receiver. I kind of like some of the wide receiver targets in round 16, 17, like the pull-up targets, which one of them I might take here. Like, I'll probably take it 202. We'll see, though. I think it's fully up to you. I think you can, depending on the bye weeks. You have week 12, week 11, week 9, and week 14, right? So, yeah, I think you could stop. I really do. I think you could stop there if you wanted. Okay, so quarterback is very ugly for me if I want. Like, I think I just have to assume that's good enough with the way this team is working. Alec Pierce is one of those targets that I don't mind here late either. So, like, we've got 7 wide receivers now, and I don't hate it. Like, I haven't taken Mims for a while, but, like, I think this wide receiver room plays, right? Like, it doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel bad. We could just take the naked Matt Stafford at 183. Like, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think the naked Matt Stafford at 183 feels fine. I think that offense is really good. So I think that's what I want to do.
They are 6 favorite sleepers for the
Why did that start up? No idea why my phone just randomly decided to start a YouTube video, but it sure did. It absolutely did. I've been taking Jonnu at this price. Like, do I love it? No. But I think it's fine. Yeah, no idea why my phone just randomly. I wonder, I bet I know. At one point, I was listening to the Chess Liam and Davis Maddox stream. It probably ended. But I'd paused the video. Whenever it repopulated, it probably kicked me to another video. All right, so right now we have a 2-5-7-2. Fields, Bryce Young, running backs, Genty, Travion, Brian Robinson, Charbonnet, Tootin, feels very good. Wide receivers, Nico Collins, Garrett Wilson, Tet McMillan, Travis Hunter, Mims, Leggett, Pierce. So we got the double stack. We got the bring back with Charbonnet. We got the bring back on Garrett Wilson of Fields with Travion Henderson. We got Hawkinson and Jonnu. There are 2 players I would really like to get. Yeah, so I mean they play different positions, so I don't know how much that matters. But yeah, Vele supposedly top of the depth chart, but I'm not going to be taking all the Pat. And by the way, welcome Steph. I don't think I said hi. How was the ship chasing weekend? But if you just look at every depth chart that came out for the preseason game, the same thing that I said 2 weeks ago is pretty much true. Like, people like, are you worried Pat Bryant may not start? No. Like, almost every coach in the league, other than Liam Cohen, which is insane, which we'll get into, but they do the whole rookie has to earn it thing. They're not going to just, especially somebody who wasn't drafted early, like a first or second rounder. Sometimes they'll slot them in early, but a third, fourth, fifth round pick, they're never going to just give them the job. Like, put them on the depth chart as the guy above the rest of the guys. That's just not how coaches work. Like, they feel like it's disrespectful to the veterans, and they make the rookies work and earn it. And I think that's completely fair, right? So I don't think, I personally think that that's what's going on with a bunch of these situations. I think that it could easily change. So the ones that's not really true on is Travis Hunter, right? Like, they just put him as wide receiver 2. Like, that is very bullish, in my opinion. So we will take Aaron Rodgers if he's there. If not, we'll take Josh Reynolds. He did not make it back. So I don't love stopping at just Fields and Bryce Young. But with this team specifically, we have the double stack. So we're very invested in Carolina being a good offense. So if they're not a good offense, like the third quarterback probably doesn't matter as much since we have the double stack, right? So generally, I would add the third quarterback here, especially in a tournament that is a 1 of 10, 1 of 5 advance. But in this specific room, I'm not going to worry about it that much. I think I just double stack. I waited a little bit longer on wide receiver 5. So just hit it with volume. Just a lot of darts here. And what's up, Lutz? And glad to see that you enjoyed the trip. All right. So the poll, what hype are you buying? JCM 26%, Torrey Horton 30%, KLS 15%, and Deontay Thornton tied at 30%. So Thornton, Horton, and JCM, like everybody kind of believes them. I am going to start a new poll for the next draft, an MMG, a weekly winners, or an elim. So I will review my team, and I will also review, Spencer Rattler getting the start in the preseason game. Who's your daddy? We got a 2-5-8-3. Justin Fields, Bryce Young, Ashton Genty, Travion Henderson, Brian Robinson, Zach Charbonnet, Bashal Tootin. Pretty strong running back room here. And then wide receivers, Nico, Garrett Wilson, Tet, Travis Hunter. Very strong top. And then we took 4 guys to fill in with an all Spike Week profiles. Sort of like Josh Reynolds isn't a Spike Week profile, but he is a stack. So Mims, Leggett, and Pierce, all Spike Week profiles. Leggett to help the Justin Fields stack. Tight ends, TJ Hawkinson and Jonnu Smith. And then we took some extreme upside here with Harold Fannin. I like the team. We will see if it kicks me out or not. Yeah, I love the structure of this tournament, though. I really do. So Aaron Sandy wanted a review. 3-4-7-4. He decided to stop at 4. I think I probably would have unless like Woody Marks was available in the very last round to you or something. I started the next poll. Yeah, it's what we're going to draft next. MMG looks like it's winning. 3-4-7-4. Brock Purdy, CJ Stroud, Spencer Rattler. That's going to be low owned. Maybe not as much in this contest, but it makes me feel good about I have like 16% Rattler in the Superflex puppy. RBs, Achan, Jonathan Taylor pulled up to get unique, gets Breece Hall back, Tyrone Tracy, 4 starters at the moment, like very strong, all different bye weeks. This is exactly what you want with a 4 RB room, in my opinion. Wide receivers, Waddle, Olave, Higgins, Shaheed. You got the double stack, so I see why you took a shot on one of the guys. Cedric Tillman, Demario Douglas, Adonai Mitchell. I really like the way that this room came together as well. Like you hit it with volume as well. Or no, you didn't. I haven't looked at the end of your team, but I would have probably only taken 3 tight ends and added another wide receiver, especially with Kittle. Kittle, Strange, Ertz, and Okonkwo. I would have probably not taken Okonkwo and taken an extra wide receiver. But, I mean, this wide receiver room is a little thin, but it could work. Like, you're going to dominate running back. And, like, you could have also, like, ignored Rattler for an extra wide receiver. I think you needed 8 receivers here, but it's a solid team. All right, so we have 26 watching, only 13 votes, and it's very close. So if you have a preference, come vote. MMG 38%, weekly winners 31%, eliminator 31%. So I'll give it a minute or two. I'm still hoping that very shortly we get some news. Like by today, by the end of tomorrow, I definitely want the Rashee Rice news. Hopefully that comes. All right, it kind of looks like it's going more in favor of MMG. So we will go ahead and queue up for an MMG, and we will be entering the 20-second clock MMG in 10 seconds. I've only done 4 tight end on like drafters, and I don't hate it. It's not the worst. It can easily work here, but like I don't like it at all with George Kittle. Like with George Kittle, I don't think it's that great, in my opinion. Yeah, so we are in the draft, but I'm going to show you this slow Dalmatian I have. So I had Jaden Daniels and Baker Mayfield. I think I showed this the other day. I got Baker at 108. And then I took Trevor Lawrence because I had the double stack Brian Thomas, Travis Hunter as well. So I'm a little thin at wide receiver, probably. But like tight end is good. This feels really good at RB. So like my options here are which one of those I want. Do I want the stack there on the very low owned? And I think the low owned doesn't matter near as much in that contest. So I'm probably going to go with Jalen Noel. With the whole Mixon stuff that's going on, like I think it's pretty obvious they're going to have to pass the ball, and they're going to have to pass the ball a lot. So I think that Nico should move. Like I'm actually moving Nico up above Malik Neighbors now. I was kind of there early in the season, and I just never got any Nico or never got any Neighbors, but I get plenty of Neighbors now. So I'm going to move Nico back up ahead of Neighbors. I think that the Mixon thing changes things quite a bit for the Texans offense as a whole. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Anyway, we got the 1.12 best pick on the board. Aaron Sandy got the 11, back of the board again. I believe 4A is somewhere hiding. We got Jaguar. We got Cade. We have Best Ball on call. Good luck to everybody. We're up to 28 viewers. It's going to be a good day. Number 21, like Fantasy Dog coming in hot. Yeah, but these drafts at the end of the board are awesome. Like they feel so good. I have so much Brian Thomas. I'm kind of glad you took him. Do I want to get unique here? I think I'm just going to do this. We're going to take Achan and we're going to see. So I don't have any Achan London. Yeah, we're going to go Achan London here, actually. So, hey, what's up? I thought I recognized you. Welcome back, sir. Hope you brought your A game. Taking my boy, Nico. That's an awesome start, though. So Aaron Sandy apparently is now on a Jonathan Taylor stand. This is the one I like doing, though. I was doing it the other way around, though. Like, in some of the time box contest, if I was getting a bunch of picks early, I would pull Brian Thomas up to like the 5 hole and then just take Jonathan Taylor. And because that's a week 17 game stack, it feels really good. Like that week 17 game stack feels awesome. And not that I think that you should do that all the time, but if you like a player more than their ADP, like pull them up. I do it with T. Higgins every once in a while. I did I posted it in my Discord. Let me find it. I pulled T. Higgins up with BTJ, I think it was. What was that in? I can't find it. Yeah, I don't know. But I pulled him up. I think that that's a fine thing to do. A player that's been going over here the whole time, it gets you access to the Joe Burrow on this side of the board. It gives you, like, who's going to have a Brian Thomas with T. Higgins ring back in the finals, you know? ADPs protect the players you want. Yep. Yeah, so like here, Amon-Ra was the better pick, but I like making my portfolio pretty wide. I kind of like Drake London over Amon-Ra straight up anyway. Like I do take Amon-Ra heads up, but if I were to be truth serum, like London, Amon-Ra, and Ladd are all the same to me. AJ Brown almost in that tier, but he's like definitely like I think AJ Brown, Tyreek, or AJ Brown and T are next, and I think you can argue Tyreek there. I mean, you can argue anybody you want. Some of us are going to be wrong. Some of us are going to be right. Yeah, exactly. And like we're shooting for upside. I shoot for upside a lot. Aaron Sandy will take Brees Hall here probably based on what he did last time. Oh, he's setting up the stack. I could just do this to have fun. I'm not going to do that to him, though. We'll take Lamar here. Every once in a while, the guy falls back. We're going to get unique, though. We're gonna do this, and we're just going to pull up. I don't have a lot of Pickens, but we're just going to pull Pickens up. I don't like it, but like I don't like it at all. Yeah, right. Yeah, because that's like I've complained about that like the entire big board. I was like, I can't land this. Now it's absolutely free, like whenever you want it, right? Yeah, take the double elite to teach you a lesson. You know, I think Terry's at a spot that he's fine. Pickens is arguable with Worthy, with DJ Moore. I don't like him ahead of Worthy, DJ Moore, or Tet. And this is awesome for the drafter here. He doesn't even take the Tet bring back on the JSN. He takes Hurts, which I mean that's a fine bet. Like he's got the correlation there. Like he had the decision to make. And it is a lot more likely that Tet would come back around. I don't think he will, but I would guess it's more likely Tet came back around than Jalen Hurts. Because if you have drafted on DK, that happens a reasonable amount. But yeah, we're building a unique squad here. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to see you're not going to see much Pickens with Drake London, and you're not going to see much Pickens with Achane. So at this point, I can kind of just draft based on ADP, and my team should be pretty unique. Like because I got a fall on Lamar, and you probably see a little bit of Lamar with Pickens because they kind of both go in the middle of the board. So I don't know, maybe there's too many parts that go in random spots here for this to end up being kind of a unique thing. And in this contest, like the finals is what 225, so it will matter, right? and it will be easier to get through to the finals because of the 2 of 12, 1 of 10, 1 of 5. So yeah, I think it's a fine thing to do to get unique in this contest. And that's why I don't mind pulling Jonathan Taylor up like Sandy's been doing. So other camp news that's happened, the Hollywood Brown, like I kind of tanked him in my rankings. I took him yesterday at like 162 on a Mahomes team. So like that didn't feel awful. I mean, if Flowers does make it, I will take him. If Flowers doesn't make it, I will probably just double tap. Do I do that? Or do I get a wide receiver? I think I just take the Flowers and the Harvey. So through 6, we have Lamar Jackson, we have Achane, we have RJ Harvey, and then we have Drake London, George Pickens, Zay Flowers. So I almost took a second wide receiver there. It's gotten to the point that all of the receivers I like are gone by 84. The depth at 84, 85 has absolutely cratered with Godwin being hurt, with Mooney having the injury concerns. Ayuk was there at one point. Like Josh Downs has fallen a little bit in everybody's rankings because of the A-Rich news. Michael Pittman as well. Like, I don't feel good about Cooper Kupp there, but, like, it might be the better pick now. Khalil Shakir out for a few weeks. Like, everybody that, like, propped up the players that I liked in these ranges, like, some of that injury news has went well for me. Like, the Shakir injury news has been okay for me. Like, one of the few things that have happened training camp-wise that hasn't crushed my bags. Yeah, I think Shakir, like, misses at least 2, maybe 3 games. Yeah. Yeah, that probably would have been something I could have done there. I'm probably going to get wild. Like, I have a single share of Luke McCaffrey right now in one of the time box contests. I might just pull out a Luke McCaffrey share or a Diami Brown share in the last round on this one. One of my Dalmatian slows has Rice, Shakir, Mixon all at cost before news. So I recorded. I was going to post it as a video. I recorded. I'll be doing. I think I'm going to do an eliminator after this. And Addison, awesome. So literally the day before the Rice news came out, like a day and a half after the Dalmatian closed, and I recorded, and I was going to put my first video out, and it was the recording of me doing a Dalmatian off stream. And actually 2 members of I'll probably post it at some point. Like, once the Rice news actually comes out, I'm going to post it because I took round 2 Rashee Rice. Like, I was like, hey, I'm going to do – and I got the I think I got the Zay Lamar thing, but I had the Rice Mahomes thing with it. And I kind of like the team quite a bit. But so this is what happens every single draft now at this point. So I think I'm definitely going to take – actually, let's just take Aaron Jones this time. We took B-Rob in the last one. Like, we could double stack here. I've moved Keon Coleman quite a bit up. You know what? We're just gonna bite the bullet. We're gonna take Darnell Mooney. He's probably more hurt, but like if he misses, as long as he doesn't need surgery, Like, I'm perfectly fine with him at this cost. I can fit in like a Dobbs or somebody like that later. We already have the stack with Drake London, so it makes it a little more valuable. It's going to allow me to push quarterback even further. Like, I can almost freely get Michael Penix here at 133. So I like securing Mooney like makes it almost a guarantee that I could just get him a few picks before ADP and be done at quarterback with Lamar and Michael Penix. Um, now, if Dak is there at 109 and I don't like anything else, I might do that as well. So watch out, Cade. You better take him. You better take Dak. You better not tempt me. If you tempt me, bad things are going to happen. Yeah, but there is a receiver or two I don't mind at 108, 109. Like, I don't love them, but they're like, I like the receivers there more than I like the running backs there. I used to like the running backs more, but the Scadaboo news, Tracy generally goes before that pick now. And he should. Like, Tracy should probably move up to like right in here, right? 99 to 102. That's one of them. And it's a double stack. And like, I mean, we could just go over it. So it like sometimes Cup falls back there. Ayuk falls back there as well, which wouldn't feel great if I could add Ayuk to this, and Shaheed is a smash. I've started liking Luther Burden down there as well. So I'm glad you didn't, because the temptation was probably going to win. But yeah, like if you can get Ayuk down here, like he feels fine at that price. Like I think he starts feeling fine at about this price range, right? So, I mean, if Keon Coleman makes it back to me, it's an absolute smash there. And Andrews is even a bigger smash. But it'll probably be Rashid Shaheed or Bateman. Like, I don't want Andrews. Like, if Sandy takes Shaheed, it's like worst case scenario for me. But I could just build out the giant stack. Like, I don't like doing this. Do I want to do this instead? I definitely want Andrews. I think I take the upside swing here on Luther Burden. Instead of Bateman, I don't. So in a box, I do like Bateman more than Burden. But with Flowers and Andrews, I don't love triple stacking Lamar. I don't mind double stacking him, but I don't love triple stacking it. So I didn't expect Andrews to come back. So I expected to get Bateman plus something. But I prefer this. I'm afraid Caleb might be. Yeah, I am as well. But I also believe in I believe in the moves they made on the offensive line. I believe in Ben Johnson being a decent coach. So I don't remember who I was listening to, but they made a very good point that the DJ Moore quote that came out about the coach speak thing, like it wasn't Ben Johnson talking bad about DJ Moore. It was DJ Moore, and I remember looking at it now after they said it, because it was actually a DJ Moore interview to where he called himself out. It wasn't Ben Johnson calling him out. It was Ben Johnson told him, hey, in private, hey, you need to work on your body language. And DJ Moore was just open with the reporter saying, hey, Ben Johnson said I need to work on the body language, and I agree, kind of thing. So it's like, that's something I'm working on. So, like, that's a much different thing than Ben Johnson just going to the podium and saying that, right? So I'm kind of in on DJ Moore if he stays in the middle of the fourth. I almost took DJ Moore here on this team. I like the way this team's working out though. It's gonna be a unique George Pickens, Lamar, and it's gonna be a different team for sure. It's a good looking dog. Yeah, who's good? Fancy dog. Are we talking about? Is Fancy Dog talking about himself here? That's a good looking dog. This guy. This guy's a good looking dog. I think that's where you're at. That's where Fancy Dog's at, isn't it? You got to be positive every once in a while. Oh, Cade. Yeah, let's go through some of these teams. We got CeeDee Lamb, Chase Brown, Trey McBride, James Cook. I like the new James. I like the James Cook price anymore. Like RBs start to feel really bad after Breece Hall. Travis Hunter, Isaiah Pacheco, Judy Pittman, Dak Drake. That's a nice price on Drake. Scadaboo at 123. That's where I'm going to start clicking him again. I got him at 125 earlier. I think DJ Moore is the only stable asset in Chicago, not Rome or Caleb or I think Colston Loveland is a really good bet. Yeah. So Romeo Dobbs is Romeo Dobbs. Rome Odunze is he's the only one that plays that role on that team. So he's the safest bet because he has the clearest path to having a good season. So we know we're taking Penix here. The question is, what else do we want? I've been taking a ton of Bigsby. What wide receivers are left? We got QJ left. Yeah, I think I just want to take one of these RBs. And I think it's good. I took Tootin last time. I think this team could use Bigsby a little more, as wide receiver or running back 4. So I thought I saw news. Breece got hurt. I think it was one of those he got pulled. You might research it. I think that he set out a single play and then went back in or something. I will look it up right now. So he had a big him and Braylon Allen both had big receptions today. Yeah, he returned to practice thing. So yep. That's why I just kind of wait until I refresh every 30 minutes or so. And if something like that came out, I refresh every 5 minutes until I see an actual report hey, he's out. But if it just, unless it says that the cart came out, I think it's I view it as nothing until I hear more. It's kind of in the middle of a game. How often in the middle of a game does a guy go to the sideline, holding his knee or whatever, and then 3 plays later he's back in, right? We see it constantly. Practice is going to be no different, So maybe I'm just hopeful, or maybe I just like to avoid negativity. So we're going to close this poll, and for the last or the next draft, I may do 4. I don't know. Next draft, we will have 3 options: weekly winners again, eliminator, or a super flex on drafters. Drafters, super flex. So new poll up. We have 25 watching. I'm expecting at least 15 votes. And I would also like to get to 30 likes before that. We can do that. We can get 2 likes by the end of this, by round 18. Other news, there was some other news I was wanting to touch on. I seen a player earlier that I wanted to mention. Mason Taylor, I think I mentioned that already. Oh, Isaac Garendo out with the shoulder, probably going to miss a couple weeks. I will be buying the dip. Like, most likely, I'm going to be buying that dip. Hunter Henry feels good here. So this is that point where, like, why is Jalen McMillan's price there? Yeah, I think at this point, like, I'm just going to eat these wide receivers for now and try to get some volume late and take some upside here at running back. We'll take Garendo. We'll take the shot there. Like, we won't be needing Garendo, right? The bet on Garendo was never that he's going to be out there week 4, like 3, 4, 5. The bet on him was that something happens to CMC and he gets a 4-game stretch at some point, or possibly like he can also snap off. Like he's going to get some work, and he has the ability to take it an 80-yard touchdown to the house any week, right? So, like, if I get a little bit of a discount, like if he misses 2 games, like I'm fine with that. We're definitely stopping at 2 wide receiver or 2. Probably going to end up being a 2-5-8-3 build. I don't do a lot of those. I've been doing more 8 wide receiver builds since I've been doing this playing thin at wide receiver. Like I kind of like taking 2 studs, like a Brian Thomas and I did this twice today at the 12 or 11 hole. Took like Brian Thomas, Nico, or whatever. And then I took Rashee Rice and another wide receiver like Worthy, Tet, DJ Moore. And then I just took running back, like the next 7 rounds or 8 rounds, I would just take only non-wide receivers. And then I just took guys to fill in the first 4 to 6 weeks when Rice is out at the back end. Because, like, if you have 2 wide receivers that should play every single week, like if you go neighbor's lad, right? Like you're hoping they hit the lineup almost every single week. So taking 2 more in a row and then tacking on the 5th to me kind of feels bad. I know that the structure that was the best last year was 1-3-5-1 through, but I think the higher the capital at that position you take, like the thinner you can, like, and then you take Rice, like exactly like this. And then he took Rice, 2 stud running backs. I don't think Addison fit that very well. Like if Addison there was Debo, like that's somebody that's definitely going to get some volume early in the season. Like I think you can stop at that and then not take another wide receiver till about where he did. I think with Addison mixed in there, I don't love it. But like if it's either Rice, Mooney, Addison, I think you can get away with it. All right, so we do need wide receiver here. We just need week 1 1, 2, 3 production here. So we're gonna take him for sure. Do we want another tight end? No. So we're just gonna pull up a wide receiver here. We could just double down on that bet. I think Diami Brown's a good pick. I'm a little underweight on him, but I do really like the pick on specific teams. And this is the kind of team I like him on. Luther Burden may not be useful really early. Mooney's probably going to be out a couple weeks. So between Thielen and Diami Brown, I should be able to supplement. Let's say Mooney's out 3 weeks. They should be able to supplement my wide receiver 3 for those 3 weeks, right? And I'm hoping to hit flex at RB or something. Like, I don't know if it's going to work out. I don't know if you guys think I'm crazy. But that's the way, like, out of the hundreds of drafts I've done this season, the ones that I'm taking like 2 running backs to start, like a Bijan Jonathan Taylor start. Hit 30 likes by round 16 means you have to do 2 more. Oh, does it? I mean, we're almost through, and I'm just at 29. So, I mean, I will probably do 2 more. I'm feeling pretty good today. I know Fanspeak Network is live right now. Meg is live with Sean Mitchell. I haven't seen Sean Mitchell stream for a while, but he's been doing really good reports on like training camp and stuff. Hey, there we are. We did hit 30. I don't make it. Them's the rules. It's them's the rules, right? Those are the rules. That's way too professional sounding. Them's the rules is what we're gonna say here. All right. Like, we're gonna make it a thing. At least I'm gonna make it a thing. I don't make them up. Them's the rules. I just enforce them. Yeah, I mean, I would have no problem doing it on a limb here, and then a week, like, if we get to 37 likes, I will definitely do a 4th draft. And for Aaron Sandy, I will make it a weekly winners, assuming he's still here, because it looks like Eliminator is going to win right now. Only 10 votes with 23 watching, so apparently everybody's scared to draft with me. That's what I'm seeing here. The fact that Will Shipley is freely available in the last rounds is nuts to me. So I wasn't planning on taking another RB, but we will take the bring back here. I think the wide receivers could work. I'm fine. I'm actually fine with the tight ends for this contest. Maybe. Who's left? Nobody's really left. We could take this guy for some upside. Actually, we're going to take Adonai Mitchell. Adonai Mitchell's still getting really positive buzz right now. So the team, we have a 2-6-8-2. We got Lamar. We got Penix. I am definitely thin at tight end, but I don't mind it. Like, if you looked at this tight end room last year, you'd feel fine at 2. So Lamar, Michael Penix, we got both of them double stacked. RBs, Achane, Harvey, Aaron Jones, Tank Bigsby, Isaac Garendo, and Jarquez Hunter. That's a lot stronger RB room than I'm used to. But we only took Hunter for the Week 17 bring back. Probably, after thinking about it, should have flexed the Hunter to Terrence Ferguson for this team. That probably is what I should have done. Like, if I were to suggest anything for myself, that would be what I'd do, is make that Terrence Ferguson. Wide receiver, Drake London, George Pickens, Zay Flowers, Darnell Mooney, Luther Burden, Thielen, Diami Brown, and Adonai Mitchell. Yeah, I feel like leaving every draft with one of those last 2 Colts receivers is a fantastic feeling. Like, if you leave a draft with Alec Pierce or Adonai Mitchell, like, you feel decent about it. Yeah, so that's the team. I like it. Looks like Eliminator's still winning. We have 13 votes now. It has gotten closer. It's 38%. I'll give it another minute before I queue up, but 13 votes, 25 watching, 50%. Like I said, everybody's scared. No, everybody knows they're not going to draft with me, so they're holding off. I understand. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll review Best Ball on Call's team because I didn't mention his team. I'll review everybody's team real quick. We got 3-5-7-3. Bo Nix, Jared Goff, Aaron Rodgers. Running backs, Bijan Robinson, Bucky, Dobbins, Jaden Blue. I've actually moved him way up. Jerome Ford feels fine as well, especially with the bring back. Higgins, Jamo, Sutton, Diggs, Golden, Leggett, Deontay. I love this wide receiver room. And then Colston Loveland, Jonnu, and Gesicki. That's a great draft. Cade, he gets his Dak, he gets Drake May. Chase Brown, James Cook, Pacheco, Scadaboo, Sampson. That plays. Wide receivers, CD, Travis Hunter, Judy, Pittman, Tillman. You got the double stack and Dylan Sampson, Alec Pierce, Wandale, and Booty. I would love one. Yeah. Trey McBride, Arroyo, and Jawan Johnson. I like that. I don't mind the third tight end here, taking the rookie with upside there and then making sure you have somebody. Might not have realized that it was a week 8 bye and thought, what the hell, Jawan Johnson. Everything else is solid. UCF Jaguar, shout out if they're here. 3672, Kyler, JJ McCarthy, Geno Smith. By the way, I'm entering the eliminator in 10 seconds. There's been no more votes, so the stall has not mattered. Kenneth Walker, David Montgomery, Tyrone Tracy, Judkins, Tootin, Roshan Johnson, trying to get to that. Like, that's it. You got 3 starters. Like, we still have no idea what's going on there. Tootin actually got some positivity today at camp. I haven't read what it was, but I heard that happened. Jefferson and Harrison and Besh all stacked. Ted McMillan, Juwan Jennings at 69. I'm taking Jennings when he falls to the 7th, and it happens pretty often now. And then Brock Bowers and Tucker Kraft. So we got the double stack. Yeah, this is exactly how I like if I go an elite tight end, and by the way, one more for eliminator. If I go elite tight end, I like my second tight end to be in that Tucker Kraft, Colston Loveland, Dallas Goedert, Njoku, in that tier, down to Ferguson. I think Dalton Kincaid, and then just to be done. That's kind of what I like. We will go through Sandy's real quick. We are in at 42 seconds, and we got the 104. We got Jaden Daniels, Trevor Lawrence, Cam Ward, the Taylor pull-up again with the bring back. I love it. Kamara, Brian Robinson, Ramondre, Taj Brooks, B-Rob, Terry McLaurin, Olave. Yeah, this double tapping that room again, and then Brenton Strange, Chig, and Theo Johnson. Yeah, I like it, except for I'm still having a hard time getting on board with the Jalen Royals stuff. I still just think it's Juju early in the season. And when Rice is back and Hollywood's back, I don't see a whole lot happening. We got Kate at the 101. Aaron Sandy gets the 102. I get the 104. Wayne has got the 12. Good luck, everybody. Pretty easy pick here. Just take the RB. The RBs get pushed up in this format, so getting one early at minimum feels really, really good. And Gibbs has the bye week 8. The other bye week 8 running backs are generally gone by the time it gets back to me. Oh, that was the news I was going to discuss. Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams got a 3-year, I think it was $32 million, $3 million guaranteed contract. Let's see if they have the details yet on over the cap. I highly doubt they have it yet. So, no, they don't have it yet. But basically, it's $8 million a year, and that's less money than I was expecting. Like I was worried about my Kyron fade based on what happened with this contract. The amount that would have worried me is if it was 12 to 13, right? Like I thought that if they loved him still, I thought it would be 12 to 13 million. It feels very cheap to me. Like getting him for 8 million a year. I'm assuming they have a clause to cut him, like to be able to cut him at a reduced salary cap hit after this year or after next year. So like I feel pretty solid about the Jarquez Hunter bags I have. Like it's enough to make me like might take him at ADP. I'm not going to take him in Eliminator here. Yeah, I got 24. Like that's the first really good news I've got with for this offseason. Like I have 24% Jarquez Hunter. So like I was very impatiently waiting for this news. And I feel like that's pretty good news for Jarquez Hunter. Like, and supposedly Corum once again looks good in camp. So yeah, I think I'm back in on the Jarquez Hunter bus. Like I don't want anybody over 25% really. Like if I'm 25 to 26%, like that's whenever I'm going to start. And those are only the players I absolutely love. And one of those is Scadaboo, who got like very negative news. So, yeah, so here I'm absolutely taking one of these two. So there is something that I'm going to bring up later with this. So while we're here, let's use Best Ball Overlay to show the first 3 weeks. They play each other. Cleveland Jets. Yeah, we'll take. I don't take a lot of Josh Allen, so we'll take the Josh Allen share. So if you get an elite quarterback, I'll go ahead and tell you guys. Like if you want to snipe it later, you can. But if you want to play this game, if this is going to work, let's remove this. So both of those quarterbacks have week 7 bye, right? If you got a quarterback, what team do you probably want to play week 7 if you're just worried about that? Probably the Bengals, right? Well, Aaron Rodgers plays the Bengals week 7. So if you care about your matchup on your bye week, is it not going to work? Yeah, it's absolutely struggling here. There we go. So you get Cincinnati week 7 if you are trying to ride the elite quarterback. You can look at that. Another little fun thing you could do to try to figure out your bye weeks with the Best Ball Overlay. I don't have a promo code. I just like it as a tool. But that's something else to look for like on drafters, your bye week matters a little more. Like for total points contest, the bye week matchup matters a little. So like I might still go 3 quarterbacks with Josh Allen, but like I'll probably take a second one and then just snap naked Aaron Rodgers week 7. Like for the week 7 thing. I think that's perfectly fine in Eliminator to take the naked quarterbacks. So, and with all the wide receivers, like with Shakir kind of being hurt and all of that, like the Josh Allen click, like you're probably not going to stack him in Eliminator. Like the click I like to stack him with was Shakir in Eliminator, and that click doesn't feel at all good now. So Rodgers and A-Rich, who does like yeah, I don't remember who A-Rich played, but Carolina, like, let me bring up my Google Docs. Actually, it's Sheets that I need to bring up. So I'm doing that on a different screen. So I'm on the clock now. Devontae Adams feels absolutely free here. People worried about, you know what? We're gonna go lean into what I was talking about earlier with DJ Moore. They're giving him carries apparently as well. So all right, so share this tab. Week 7, Pittsburgh plays Cincinnati. Indy plays the Chargers. So Washington, Dallas is a good thing. So the double elite quarterback has the goodbye, like the goodbye thing. You get Atlanta gets San Francisco, which feels good. Who has Carolina? The Jets. So Justin Fields feels really good with it as well. So we'll go back to this, but I can link there. That's my Google document sheet. It's free. Anybody can look at it. It's got all the bye weeks. It's got a bunch of stuff there. To be 100% honest with you, if you have Mozilla, the colors look awesome. If you don't have Mozilla, it looks really, really bad. Like very bad. I don't take much DK Metcalf. Let's take a DK Metcalf share here. Double by week 5. What could go wrong? But like, let's say I make it to week 7. I'm going to have a weaker team overall because of Josh Allen. So if I'm planning on doing the Aaron Rodgers thing, like securing somebody who may take the stack is probably smart. Like I have 3 bye week 5s, so I pretty much can't take another bye week 5 guy until Aaron Rodgers, right? So yeah, like and A-Rich. You're saying the third, yeah, for the major upside swings with A-Rich, yeah, and we assume he's going to be starting week 1. The coaches did come out and say that he's starting week 1 and Daniel Jones is starting week 2 of preseason. So there is that. That has already, I believe that's confirmed. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like, I think that's something that did come out. We have, I am not going to take any, like, I had 24% Rashee Rice in Eliminator before the plea deal. So I'm not going to take another share of him. Like, I probably don't even take him here at the 69. So I will not be taking him. I'll be completely honest. This is who I want. I think he's one of the best picks on the board right now. We will absolutely be taking Ricky Pearsall there. That feels really good. Juwan Jennings goes. Like, I know that there's some talk about Jennings' hamstring, how the coach doesn't think it's an actual ordeal. Like, when Ayuk was doing the same thing last year, Shanahan had the same feel. Like, I did say something that was wrong earlier in a stream to where, like I said, he got hurt like he came back. He never did look 100% Ayuk last year, right? So he might have actually been hurt. Yeah, hit calf. But like Ayuk did the same exact thing last year. So I want Browns in Eliminator. I want that week 1 Cincinnati matchup, especially when Joe Flacco is going to be the quarterback. Like, I think that's a fantastic thing to target. And I've said this before, I'm trying to leave every Eliminator draft with a Brown. And I'm probably the only person that will say that. I got Robinson and Robinson Jr. Bijan and Robinson Rob, the B Rob Hive over here. I actually did a dynasty startup with those two. But like with back to the Jennings calf thing, like the Shanahan had the same tone in his voice last year, if I remember, and I could be remembering it wrong, but when Ayuk was not practicing after wanting a contract, right? And then he said, "Oh, I'm hurt." Like he might have actually been hurt. You don't know. Like the coaches aren't doctors, so like I am buying Jennings when he gets to the 7th round though. Like I do buy that it's probably really hurt, but it's not hurt enough to like not practice or play. So that's kind of where I like how I like just on feels like where I'm at with it. So the team right now, we got Jahmyr Gibbs, we got Josh Jacobs, we got Josh Allen, and then we got DJ Moore, DK Metcalf, both week 5 buys, Ricky Pearsall, Jerry Jeudy. Probably need another. If there's another wide receiver that seems reasonable, this is a perfect team for Jordan Addison. A 3-game suspension, he should be dropping an eliminator, but like I just need him out there by week 5, right? Like I should be fine. The Godwin stuff is a little worse in my opinion. I will take Downs over him. Like it'll help with the bye week overall, but I will probably be taking one of these two. I don't know. I might be able to get Addison back around. Hey, what's up, Mikey boy? It's going good. Going good. Thank you for stopping in. Cooper Kupp goes. I don't mind Kupp in eliminator. Like I think that late in the season he might not have the role he has early in the season. So that's part of the reason I'm a little lighter on him overall. Mixon to me is pretty undraftable in eliminator. So we do get Josh Downs. I will absolutely take one of these two if one of them make it back. Like one of them, like they should both be available by week 5, I would think. So if one of them make it back, we'll do that. I don't know. Brock Purdy actually feels pretty good too. He's got who do they play? So in week 7, San Francisco, yeah, they play Atlanta week 7. So like that's pretty strong as well. Sorry, I didn't bring the board up. I was in an eliminator with someone who took both Mixon and Judkins. Some people live life in different manners, and I'm glad those people are out there. So I can't say anything negative about that. What do the running backs look like here? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Brock Purdy there. I could easily be done. So an eliminator, welcome Squints. This is Underdog. Squints is a draft. I don't know. Are you from the Ontario? So this is what it is. It is a 6 of 12 advance out of round 1, and then it's a head-to-head all the way till the end. So you draft a team. You play the 12 people in your pod week 1. 6 of those 12 make it through, and then it randomizes opponents every single week, head-to-head, 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 and then it's a $200,000 payoff for first. So if you go down here, I believe this is week 4. So week 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So if you get to week 3, which is 25% chance, you get $10 back. So if you get 25% of the people will get their $10 back. And then they double the money if they get there. That's 12.5% of the people into 6.2 whatever, into 3%, into 1.5%, into 0.7%, into 0.3%. Yeah. Yep. It's so if you do 150 of these, which is max, you're only expected to get one team to week 9 or 10. I think it was week 9. So whichever one it was, it's the $1,000 week. So you're expected to get one team to this week, I believe. And so the $500, like, let's say you get to this week, the $500 prize is included in that. So you'll get a payout this week of $300 from there. And then this week you'll get a payout of $500, right? So it's not 1,000 plus the 500, it's 1,000 total. That's how all the underdog contests do their payout structures as well. Yeah, so just draft the same team over and over again and hope you know ball. Coolers gets it. I'll take Tyler Warren here. Yeah, we'll take Tyler Warren. I think they're going to absolutely feature Tyler Warren early in the season. Hey, no problem, man. Each week, half the field loses. See, look at this guy here explaining it with pure negativity and no positivity. Everyone loses. See, that's how he went in at it. Can't believe you. How are you even part of the Who crew? You got to be more positive, sir. And then your heads up every week after that. There you go. That's a little more positive. Heads up every week after that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you need to do better. Do better, sir. Bateman here would be fantastic. Yeah, hell yeah, Bateman. Like, I get it. I was just giving you hell. Yeah, so we have a week 1 game stack now. We have Josh Allen with the bring back of Rashad Bateman. I'm not saying that's something you should be doing as week 1 game bringbacks, but like sometimes you just luck into it. And I don't love in this contest necessarily having I don't want Michael Pittman was probably one of the better picks for me at 100. And I've done things to not do this exact thing, but I don't necessarily want 2 receivers on one team in this contest myself, at least at higher draft capital. I will probably not have any CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, and George Pickens teams. I probably won't have any Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy teams. Not that that's a terrible thing to do, but I mean, it could be it could be fine in the later rounds, but I think it's going to have a harder time hitting. the Terry McLaurin, Debo Samuel plus Jaden Daniels teams. And maybe I'm wrong. Like based on the Pete Overs that if you're subscribed to his channel, his members only eliminator thing kind of talked that like building out team stacks is probably just the best way to do it. The team that got first overall last year and the BBM, like he used BBM teams, so they weren't designed for eliminator. But the teams that got the most points tend to just hold on. This feels like they're trying. Like it feels like that is one of the funniest things I've read. It kind of feels like when a politician talks about something. Like I don't want to get into politics, but like that they're about to try to hide something else, and they're saying that this is the deal. Like they're trying to hide. They're definitely using that as a cover for something else. Like I don't know what they're going to try to hide, but it definitely feels like they're trying to hide something. I would love Dalton Kincaid here. Have to downgrade George Kittle. He used smelling salts all game. How yeah, that's why is that a thing? Is that to like are they that bad at diagnosing concussions? Is that what it is? Is this we are really bad at diagnosing what a concussion is during the game? So we're going to go ahead and ban smelling salts just to make sure that if the guy's knocked out, he doesn't come back to, so we can tell. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're scared that they can't tell when a player's actually knocked out. That's my take on it. I'm sticking with it. That's where I'm going. Only half serious or only half joking. Remember when I think it was Tua had that major concussion. He came back and like a couple weeks later, like it was like 5 weeks later, he went into a game and like they reported it like he got up like I think it was him. He got up like kind of wobbling, and they basically just said, "We'll take Pop Douglas here. We need the late bye week here." The report at halftime came out that it was a leg injury, and it happened. Like I remember this distinctly. I'm pretty sure it was Tua right after he had that thing. But yeah, he like kind of stumbled off the field, and then he went to the doctor, and they did the eye test thing, and then they reported it as a lower leg injury at halftime. Maybe I dreamed that up. Maybe I had a very vivid dream. The FDA in 2024 issued a statement that these products can help hide. Okay. So my joke is kind of like I figured it was a concussion related issue. That makes sense. I mean, it does make it would make sense like that it would hide that, right? Because like the whole point of them is to come to be fully attentive, right? So if you've had a concussion, like the whole check the eyes thing to make sure that they're still good, like if they took smelling salts, they're probably more likely to pass that if they just did them, right? So like that's one of those rules that like at surface level you read it and you laugh, but it actually kind of makes sense, honestly. As much as I want to make fun of it, it does kind of make sense. All right, so we're going to go through the team real quick. We got Josh Allen. We got Brock Purdy. We still only have 2 RBs, and we have 7 wide receivers. We are going to hit RBs like no tomorrow. We are going all in on RBs now. We did it. We solved concussions. This game is solved. So can anybody give me actual news on why Rico Dowdle has fallen so far? Like I've not seen anything negative at all on Rico Dowdle. But every single draft I'm in, is it purely because people are wanting to take JCM in round 9? And I could be wrong on I could absolutely be wrong on JCM as a prospect. That's absolutely, that could be the thing. But Rico Dowdle is going to have a role early in the season. So is Roschon Johnson, right? So, and probably Woody Marks. Woody Marks might be the pick here, actually. We're going to take the upside swing on Woody Marks. Now, if Aaron Rodgers makes it back, I will take Aaron Rodgers as a third quarterback. If he doesn't, it's no big deal. But I think we're done at Tyler Warren and Dalton Kincaid. We're done at these 7 wide receivers probably. So probably add a couple more RBs. People probably view him as a boring pick, would be your guess. Yeah. For Eliminator specifically, he's a fantastic pick, though. Like he's a very, very good pick for Eliminator. I think it's going to be very hard for Woody Marks to not have some sort of role week 1, right? Based on the talent gap there. And by the way, the goal was to get to 37 likes for the 4th draft. It does not look like we're going to get to 37. So if we do, we will do that weekly winners. If we don't, I'm perfectly fine ending. I think we'll get there, though, now that I mentioned it. I'm going to review Twitter real quick. We have so also shout out, I don't know how this exactly works, but the Spoiled Banana Society best ball that I've streamed before, I did hey, we're at 37, so we will be doing the weekly winners. They're running a promo right now, they removed jackpot from the odds, I believe, to be able to spin. But if you get pick 10 any draft on that day, they do a duck race at the next day. You report to them, hey, I got pick 10. You report to them, and the winner gets a guaranteed jackpot draft. And jackpot draft, what it is on there is if you advance through the regular season, you skip the 2 playoff weeks. So you advance straight to the finals. I won the duck race on that yesterday. So I have a jackpot team that I get to stream, or I get to draft at some point, which is fantastic. I may start my stream off tomorrow with that. Yeah, we'll take Aaron Rodgers here. Take that week 5. It's a little stack with DK Metcalf. Yeah, I definitely think this running back room works. For Eliminator specifically, I just need these 2 guys to be awesome the first 4 weeks, right? And then we just pray for chaos. Pray for absolute chaos. So week 5, Baltimore plays Houston, which doesn't feel great. I kind of feel good about the Jarquez Hunter stuff again, right? Week 5, the Rams play. I'm looking it up on that. They play San Francisco, I believe. Yeah, they play San Francisco week 5. That feels like a really good matchup for week 5 to try to get me through. So Pat Bryant also got the hey, he's a rookie. We got to put him down on the depth chart. The weird thing about that is like even Deontay Thornton, who everybody loved, like he's one of the few that is actually listed as a starter, I believe. I'm gonna go look on Our Lads right now. They will have the updated depth charts. So if they have him listed already, I will absolutely be. Yeah, he's already listed as the number 2. So I'm actually going to go in and change my rankings and move him way up the board. The fact that he's listed already as a rookie, like before the first preseason game, that is that's one of those things that doesn't happen a lot. And when it happens, I think you need to pay attention to. Like, just because Pat Bryant's listed as 4th on the depth chart, to me, doesn't mean a whole lot. Like, it just means he's got to earn it. But I believe he's going to earn it by week 5 or 6. And I thought that maybe he would just be the best guy out of the gate. Maybe he won't be. Their starters in 12 personnel, Shirley Mayer starts over him, over any wide receiver 3. Well, like right now they have Trey Tucker listed as the slot receiver, or the slot receiver is Jacoby, and the other outside receiver is Trey Tucker. So, and Jack Best never had great separation, but he's really good in like the pads and contested catch stuff. I do think that there's a chance that they start Trey Tucker and like in the goal line stuff, at least at first. That's where Jack Best comes in, and he gets more touchdowns than anything else. I think that's a way that this could work out. So Mason Taylor pretty much undraftable now in this contest specifically. Ty Johnson feels fine for this. Rashard Smith feels good. Could take a I don't know. Should I take Yeah, I think I just take the upside at running back here. So the team right now, we are done. We got a 3-6-7-2. Josh Allen, Purdy, and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is a stack. Like, I didn't need the third quarterback, but Aaron Rodgers is a stack, and he does play the Bengals week 7. RBs, Jahmyr Gibbs, Josh Jacobs. We only need two for the first few weeks, and then to hit some luck later. And we got Miles Sanders, Woody Marks, Sarquez Hunter, Brashard Smith. I like this RB room. It is thin, but it can absolutely work. Wide receivers, DJ Moore, DK Metcalf, Ricky Pearsall, Jerry Jeudy, Josh Downs, Rashad Bateman, Demario Douglas. I think we could easily find 3 starters and possibly a flex out of this every week. And then Tyler Warren, Dalton Kincaid feels good. I like the team. Now it's time to queue up for weekly winners. We are entering right now. Only one more to start, so good luck, everybody. Hopefully somebody got in. Hopefully Aaron Sandy's been begging for it, so hopefully he got in. We got the 6 spot. Aaron got the 9 spot, so he did get in. He was the one that really wanted it. Did anybody else get in? They did not. Maybe Joey. So, all right. Their stars, yeah, and moving Thornton up to, didn't know they had him over Trey Tucker, my best bet. So they don't have him over Trey Tucker. They just have one of them at left and one of them at right. starting right now. And Besh is behind Trey Tucker on the side that Thornton's not on. So that to me means they want Besh to start, but they like Thornton more than Trey Tucker. That's how I personally read that. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I'm personally reading that. So maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. So we will do this over here. So we got. I like doing wild things in these drafts. Like weekly winners is just a lot of fun, and I do want to do a couple of them now with this new camp news and like some things that are going on. I'm going to take Justin Jefferson here. I don't know if I have any Justin Jefferson weekly winners teams, so we're going to go ahead and do it. I kind of like the running back there more generally. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to kind of do what Bendels and I done. I think I'm going to go possibly an elite quarterback in the next round if one's left. But I think I'm going to go 5 wide receivers by 6 rounds and no more receivers. And then just end up with nine running backs, 1 quarterback. So it'd be like a 5-1-9-2 or 3. Like I think something like that could be in the cards here. We might get wild. We might add a 6 wide receiver, like a really late guy, like a Torrey Horton or a like Damian Pierce is probably a player that I would really like to add on here. Like he's been cleared to play. That situation's really weird now. He'll be very low owned, so having him on a team like in this contest is very close to being full. So the where is it? Let me look on my phone since I can't look. Looks like it's about 91, 92% full. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would really like to do that. Maybe I don't take the elite quarterback. You gonna do any of the high stake draft for 250? I am like my work's not offering overtime right now. I've been trying to work it to play more best ball and to do some higher dollar contests. I don't think I'm going to be able to. I would love to, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So we got yeah, I mean, I will take Josh Allen if he's available. It's kind of weird to take 2 Josh Allen teams. Yeah. So Josh Allen, so no bye weeks, no week 6, no week 7 focus. So we will look at probably something in week 7 to 12, most likely. What's like this could be a week 8 team where Bye-Mageddon is. I might focus week 8. So Josh Allen will be coming off of a bye that week. Minnesota gets the Chargers. Josh Allen gets – where is it? I mean, we could just do it this way, right? Look at week 8 and see who people play. So Josh Allen gets Carolina, which feels awesome. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We're going to target week 8 here with the Carolina. Bucky gets New Orleans, which feels fine if Bucky comes back. Bowers is on bye. So, like, both elite tight ends are on bye, which works perfectly for this as well. So, yeah, week 8 will be the week we go with. The Chargers defense, I think they'll be fine, but I also think that once Addison's there, no team's going to really be able to stop them. Minnesota's defense is pretty awesome. Garrett Wilson gets the Bengals that week, so wheels up on Garrett Wilson. Yeah, we will definitely be doing that. Like I like the way this is looking already. Hopefully Josh Allen could be – there's definitely a player I'm targeting at 43. It's 50-50 on if they're there for me. Aaron Sandy might not know who it is. He might know who it is. I'm going to guess he doesn't want that player anyway. But so I was number 1. So after there was a Thursday night, I was number 7 after 4 weeks, I think, last year. After 3 or 4 weeks, I was like 7th in the high roller on drafters last year, and I finished at like 94. After the Thursday night game that week, I was first for a single day, right? I took a screenshot of it just because, but like I didn't feel like it was going to last kind of thing. I really liked the team, but that team fell apart because I went hero running back, and B-Rob was my number 2. And B-Rob was like in and out like crazy last year. So like it hurt me really. It hurt a lot. I think I had Blake Corum on that team too. So like not only like I didn't hit I didn't hit Bucky Irving on that team, and I had quite a bit of Bucky. So let's see if I get the guy. I can get him all the way down there. Well, if that's the case, we're going to go with Xavier Worthy. And we're going to try to get Tet McMillan all the way back. So the Tet McMillan bring back for Josh Allen would feel really nice, right? So we can remove that page and go back to this. I want to thank everybody who's came out today. If you're new to the channel and you have enjoyed what you've watched, please smash the sub. I'm trying to get to 500 subs. I think I'll probably be next Tuesday. I think I'm going to try to put together like a really long stream, get a bunch of guests, just have a good time. That day, I think we're going to do like Steve Schaup and I will probably end up doing it on my channel. I reached out to him. I need to make sure it's fine still, but we're going to do a recap on all the preseason games and like what we took away from it. It'll be interactive with the chat, obviously. So I would really like, so we could honestly just be done at wide receiver, right? Like if we wanted to be. Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, Xavier Worthy, Tet McMillan. We are targeting this week. Probably add one more wide receiver, maybe 2, maybe like Keon Coleman or like a random Bill, right? But we're going to do that. And like, so maybe it'll be like next Thursday instead. But if he's fine with it, starting it earlier, I wouldn't mind like running that into like the long stream, because long streams perform better. It generally, like the YouTube algorithm, the longer you've been streaming, it sends more people to you. So I think I'm going to try that. I would like to do something like that to hopefully get to a gigantic stream, but I think I want that to be separate. And then the next, like the day after, then go through and do a long stream. So, but with the NFL Network, the NFL Pass, I'll be able to watch the All 22 on all the games. So I look forward to that. So let's see what we can get back here. I mean, do I want both? This could be a good pick. I don't know about Swift here. I think Caleb Johnson's the pick, honestly. Yeah, it has to be Caleb Johnson. David Montgomery has bye that week. Joe Mixon is probably a really good pick for me in this. Brian Robinson, probably fine. That feels good as well. Let's see what Aaron Sandy's doing over here. Derrick Henry, Lamar, Devontae Adams, Terry McLaurin, Zay Flowers. He got the stack. He's got Pacheco. We got yeah. And I'm going to also, at the end of this stream, send you guys over probably over here. It's probably a better stream than what I'm doing right now. So it's the Fanspeak Network. They have Sean Mitchell on. I'm sure it's a really good stream. They were going over training camp news. That's probably why my chat's so quiet right now. Yeah, so we get – I think I want to just take the Joe Mixon here. If I'm looking at week 8, I believe Joe Mixon will be available by then. So we will take Joe Mixon and hope that any of these guys make it back. And Scadaboo's probably falling right now in this. And for what I'm doing, I don't think it matters. So it allows me to take Scadaboo as well. I'm probably not going to be into the San Francisco wide receivers on this specific week due to the Houston defense. That Houston defense is pretty awesome. They're really, really good. So, AP, can you is Big Draft Energy streaming today or not? Let me know. So the quarterbacks are starting to go. Yeah, Stingley is an absolute dog. Absolutely. And the other side's not bad either, right? So at this point, it kind of looks like I'm going to get Sandy probably takes an RB here. I think these two drafters won't. Sandy took Pollard, who was probably the best pick there. But we could run the game script here of Xavier Worthy is smashing because they're running the ball down our throat. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I didn't see it either. That's who I was originally going to feed to. But I like the Fanspeak Network is awesome. So, but yeah, I'm definitely ready for football. I was hoping games started tomorrow and not Wednesday or not Sunday or Thursday, but yeah. Hey, what's up, Dennis? Welcome to the channel again. Glad to see you made it. Hope you're having a great day as well. So this is weekly winners. If you don't know what that is, you're basically playing a daily slate. I mean, this could be the Keon Coleman spot. I think I take Keon Coleman here. Yeah, we get the stack, and I think we're done at wide receiver. We got Jefferson, we got Garrett Wilson, we got Xavier Worthy, we got Ted McMillan, and we got Keon Coleman. We're targeting week 8. And I think these wide receivers should be really good for week 8, right? Like there is a chance that 3 of these guys are the 3 top receivers that week or close to it. I might tack on one at the end, but I definitely need to either attack. Like we're done at quarterback. Probably going to be like a 3 tight end build, and we might add a 6th receiver, like a late random shot. But we need to attack the hell out of RB now, right? Like we're playing that the studs that week don't perform well, and we're playing it through that on this team. Like I like to play this as like a single entry slate. It could still hit in other weeks, but I did have one team using this strategy last year that got like it had a chance to get first overall, but it was that downpouring rain I think it was San Francisco Jets game on Monday night to where no offense could do anything because nobody could move the ball at all. So yeah, we'll take Tajay Spears. I think Tajay Spears has a big upside for single week this year. I think he's a great pick. I think him and Pollard are 2 of the best picks on the board right now. I've got like 12%, like as a team bet. Like I have almost 15% Spears and 12% Pollard. I just feel like one of those 2 picks is going to be one of those picks that absolutely feeds families. I don't know which one it is, but I do. Like I've got 25% of that backfield, and I'm not against in weekly winners specifically adding in a Khalil Mullins, right? Like I'm not against that at all. Like I think that Khalil Mullins could see something. This is one of the few weekly winners teams I can't add Damian Martinez to though either. So since I'm targeting week 8. Sad days. Sad days. I mean, we could do that. I think the Kincaid stat kind of makes sense. We didn't get lucky and get Scadaboo to push. I was kind of hoping Scadaboo would push. But Scadaboo went way before our ADP. Tank Bigsby's a really good pick there. We will take Dalton Kincaid. I do multiple things. I kind of like the one that I only did like 26 of these last year. I'm going to get to about the same amount this year. I didn't make money at weekly winners, but I had one that going into the Monday night game, like I looked at all the teams, and if Kyron Williams scored 26 points, it was like 25 and a half points on that Monday night game, I finished first overall. No other team ahead, like unless a team underneath me had like Kyron plus Stafford, and Stafford had a monster game with Kyron kind of thing, and they both got boosted. But like everybody ahead of me, I was like 62nd or something. There was 0 Kyron shares ahead of me, and there was very little. There was no Puka, and there was no CMC, or there was no Niners running backs either in that game ahead of me. So like I had a very clean out to having a week 1, and that was the terrible weather game. So, and I don't like, I'm not really, I was sad about it. Like, but like it was, Kyron had like 2 weeks of 24 points in a row before that, and then he had nothing that week. maybe that's why I'm negative on Kyron this year. I don't know, but like maybe it's partially that. I think it's mostly because of Jarquez Hunter, though. I just really do believe in the Jarquez Hunter stuff. So we're targeting week 8. We can't take Tootin. We can't take Benson. This feels pretty bad, honestly. So I think we just take Ferguson. We could be good with those two. And like I don't like any of these running backs left. I like this is the one I like. So we're just gonna start. Oh, he's the one I want. Yeah, I'll pull him up. I'll pull him way up the board. He plays Cincinnati that week. We already have that game targeted here with Garrett Wilson, but having a running back also in that game would make sense. Yeah, so I generally target a specific week through a divisional correlation. So like I'll look at the week 18 game. Like if I got, so that's probably what I should have done. I generally will do that. Let me actually bring it up real quick. NFL schedule, share the tab. So week 18. Is week 18 listed? Okay. Yeah, so that's the worst case scenario. So generally what I'll do is I'll look at the week 18 game and I will try to avoid taking players like I have Josh Allen and Garrett Wilson. So like if that was, let's say it was Josh Allen and Tyreek Hill, right? That means I have 2 games I could target throughout the week. So I can target one specifically, but it also gives me access to a second one because it's a game within that division. So you're giving yourself bringbacks on 2 different weeks if you look at the week 18 game and you have a division opponent, right? And you just go against whichever division opponent that was. This, I didn't do that. But like, because week 18 doesn't, like, you can't, like, I think like weekly winners should be the only contest that week 18 matters in. I think they should pay out, like, the week 18 should matter in that contest as well. It would mess with the payment, like, structure and stuff. Because people seem to like the payout structure from last year. It is very hard to get up there, though. Like, absolutely, it's very hard. So, like, I don't like Jalen Wright, like, but this pick kind of does the same thing, right? Like, I get a bring back on the quarterback on a second week. So, like, they play each other. We'll look at this real quick. So, the Bills, so like Buffalo plays Houston, and yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. This chart's way easier to read on Mozilla than it is on. So Buffalo plays KC that week. Buffalo plays Carolina week 8. I'm almost back on the clock, so got to look at that. So the first 6 weeks, Buffalo plays Miami week 3, and I don't know what other week they play, but basically that's what I would do is I would go, like, if I got Tyreek Hill, I would look at that. I would target week 3. Like, I would have a second chance week 3 at the bring back thing, right? Not that it's the end of the world either way. The RBs are going like crazy in this draft, though. I do kind of want let's take a Woody Marks share. Like we're just taking shots at guys here. Maybe Mixon isn't back, and we need Marks. So, like I definitely I'm fine with these two tight ends. I could probably add a third. There is one that there is an RB that I would like to add here. That's like I'd like to add Taj Brooks. I wouldn't mind adding uh like a Jordan. No, I don't want Jordan James, but I think I'm gonna end up with nine RBs here, and probably one more wide receiver. I have an idea on a deep shot wide receiver that I'm going to take for this, based on who plays who. I just had a phone call from my dad that lasted 18 minutes of this draft. What I miss? Hey, you missed. You just missed me ranting and raving about random stuff. Just kind of talking through my really bad strategy for weekly winners. I had the wrong thing. I didn't bring this up. Sorry, I didn't bring the board up. I've been off my game with the board in this weekly win. Like, so I do get off my game in the weekly winner stuff because I go look at other charts and stuff, trying to figure some things out. I mean, we'll take Taj Brooks, but if I'm fully like I was gonna say, I thought about just taking Bryce Young there, but I kind of like the elite tight end, like the elite quarterback solo. Like I think it's perfectly fine, and it's not like I couldn't randomly hit a different week, right? Like, and that's why I wouldn't hate adding another wide receiver here. A lot of the wide receivers I like are later in the like they're week 8. Like the like Torrey Horton was one I was willing to bring in. Dami Brown, Noah Brown's probably a fine pick. What RBs are still left? Like, I mean, I'll take a Miles Sanders share here. Ollie Gordon's actually a really good one. Ollie Gordon's a nice, or Ty Johnson. Yeah, I get that. Like, that's something a lot of people do. I have a team. I did that. I don't care that much about it. Like I understand it. Like make your team strong for 16 weeks kind of thing. Or right, like give up 1 week and like it's a solid strategy. Like I'm not going to dog that strategy at all. I'm not even saying I like this team. I don't actually think this team's that good. But I don't think whenever I was looking through all the teams that won last year, you wouldn't have thought a lot of them were very good. Like a lot of them were like wild. Like you needed a random pick at the end. Like this right here, having this combination of running backs, like opens up so much, like for unique outcomes to hit in your favor. And like doing the same thing with like 4 really strong running backs and then doing the same exact thing with wide receiver is something else I don't mind. Okay, you don't see you don't if it's a strategy you like, generally you're going to think that there's not enough people doing that strategy as well. Like I honestly don't see people implementing very many strategies at all in weekly winners. To be honest with you, I think people come in here and just draft their guys. They just come in, draft their favorite players. Like that's what I see, like more than anything, is they're just coming in here, they're just getting their guys. Like it's all vibes. like, and a lot of people who love vibes-based drafting are the people who like great. I believe on real time loves weekly winners, and there's nothing wrong with being a vibes-based drafter. Yeah, so here's the team. We got a 1962, Josh Allen, Caleb Williams, Joe Mixon, Brian Robinson, Tajay Spears, Braylon Allen, Jalen Wright, Woody Marks, Taj Brooks, Ollie Gordon. Maybe somebody could start from those. Wide receivers, Justin Jefferson, Garrett Wilson, Xavier Worthy, Ted McMillan, Keon Coleman, Keandre Lambert-Smith, Kincaid, and Jake Ferguson. So the payout, it's actually not a great format. Like, so every week, first place is 20K, second's 10K, 5.5, 4K, 3.5, 3K. So if you have to get a single ninth place team to make your money back throughout the season, and you're playing against 186,000 people. So like the odds aren't great for you, but the top 40,000 people every week gets $7 of their $10 back. So building just a very strong team and hitting the nuts players, like the best picks on the board. Like if you had a 35% share of Jarquez Hunter and Jarquez Hunter becomes the best ADP pick, you're probably going to be like, you're going to hit this $7 and recoup a lot of your money throughout the season, like reasonably well, if you were to max it. So like a 10th place finish throughout the season doesn't give you your money back. And a top 20 only gives you half of your money back, right? If you were to max the contest. Like this to me is more like a feel thing. I want between 20 and 35 of these every year. I don't necessarily love, like, it's a very fun contest. Like it allows you to draft in wild ways. And that's the reason I'm doing some of it. So like I didn't like last year I used this contest to push my Dylan Lowry love, and it didn't end out very well, right? So but anyway, that's the team. I'm done for the day. I'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central. I believe they are still drafting. Anybody who is still here, head on over to the Fanspeak Network. Give them a sub if you're not sub. Say something in the chat. Welcome, Bindles, and goodbye. Peace, everybody. Have a great day.